Hi, welcome to the video. How to make mozzarella. That's what we're about to make right now. Some nice mozzarella cheese. That nice and creamy and very soft texture. Very good in pasta, amuse-bouche, stuffings, a lot of things. So here we're going to make some. I have a little piece of curd, okay? So that was obtained after cooking some milk, I will say, with some rennet or citric acid. And then you have a casein protein that just kind of set as the curd and leave it behind the whey protein that we could use for ricotta cheese, for example, another fresh cheese. So anyway, I have that curd and I'm going to cut it in small pieces. And I'm going to put it this way here and I'm going to cut it. I think I have around 2 pounds of fresh curd here. So we want the pieces to be as even as possible. You know, since like this it's going to allow them to process at the same rate in the hot liquid. Because we will add some hot liquid, salted liquid, to the curd at one point to cook it, you know, to take it into the nice and creamy texture we want. Oops, I'm going to cut that down a little bit more. Little strips, not too thick, and they maybe 2 inch by half of an inch thick here, a quarter of an inch thick. You could also crumble it by hand. That's another way you could do that. Takes a little bit more time. Now I have my curd has been cut. I'm going to put it into a bowl here. So this is how I'm going to process. I have some hot boiling water. I need to add salt to it. The salt is going to give nice flavor to your cheese. If you forget the salt, it's really not going to taste the same at all. And at one point that salt also with a water combination kind of form a brine which is something which is good to preserve certain cheese, for example, or other kind of food. So it's like we're having that little brine that we're going to build and in which we can after keep our mozzarella in it in the fridge. We'll talk about that later. So first I need to cook the cheese. I'm going to put it in some water that's going to be approximately at 180 degrees, right before it starts boiling, a little bit before. I'm going to let it set inside and then I'm going to start to stretch in it. I'm going to stretch it nicely, gently. When you touch the curd, you don't want to be too aggressive with it because the amount of liquid that's inside will try to kind of keep it in. So if you just squeeze that mozzarella too much as you're trying to stretch it, you're going to lose a lot of that soft texture that you could get. Okay, so you want to be delicate. So that water, 180, I'm going to let it set a little bit and then I'll start stretching it or see how it feels. I might try a little piece and it needs to be just barely warm inside when I try that piece. And then I will put it into another bowl with the water will be at boiling point, 212. I'll let it set here and then I will finish stretching it out. Okay? So I'm going to take some of that boiling water here. And inside here, I forgot to say that, I had a cup of cold water. So my cold water here and that water that just come to a boil, in combination, you're just going to have it at the right temperature. Okay? So it's going to be hot when you manipulate that. So sometimes if you want to wear some gloves, that helps. So you don't kind of burn yourself. Okay, so my mozzarella is going to set here a little bit. I'm going to stir it after it's set for 30 seconds, a minute. I'm going to start moving it around a little bit. Here I find that tool that actually helped me a lot when I make mozzarella. You'll see why. It's nice to be able to stretch it with it. For a small amount of mozzarella, those are 2 chopsticks here that I have. You'll see the technique, it works well, so I'm using that. Or you could use also a rounded wooden spatula, that works well too. Move that a little bit here. You take a piece. The mozzarella was cold, so I don't want to be too aggressive with the heat. of putting it right away into some boiling water, because the outside will overcooked. It'd be too much too quick for it, and we want to add some warm water first, and then some hotter water. It's kind of temper your mozzarella. Okay. So now in my other water, I'm going to add some salt here. A fair amount of salt. If you're not sure, you taste it. You should taste like seawater. Okay. And now I'm going to add my boiling water. So now it's getting very, very hot. Okay. I'm going to remove some of that water. See, now the mozzarella is softer, it starts to pull lightly a little bit, and what we want to be able to do is to put it completely so it becomes nice and smooth. It shouldn't be grainy. If it's grainy, that means that some of the pieces of mozzarella could cook a little bit more. So you'll see how we get to that. So I'm going to take this here. I'm going to stir that salt a little bit into the water. And now I'm just going to place that into it like that. I'm going to kind of crumble it inside, so it all get that heat at the same time. It doesn't say, cold in one spot. Okay. Now I'm going to let it set like that. Couple minutes. Then we'll start pulling it. Pulling our mozzarella. Yes. I'm always very excited when I make that, because I want to be at the end and be able to enjoy some. You eat your mozzarella also like that on a salad with a very classic dish here, the tomato and basil, a little bit of olive oil on top of that, just a sprinkle of coarse salt. Great. Pizza, sandwiches. So the thing also about mozzarella, we make it, and as you eat it right away, it's nice and fresh. It's going to be nice and soft. You can keep it out of your fridge. This is what I do for a day and a half, depending the season and how the temperature of your kitchen. Because when you put it in the fridge, the fat set cool down and it harden, and the texture is different. You still have the nice flavor. You can use that in some salad or melted for many dishes, stuffings, like I said earlier. But it's not as fresh and nice as soft that when you make it, so even if we're going to keep it in that brine solution, that help to retain also some of the moistures from the cheese, so it's not too hard. Okay, now I can see right away it's going to start to pull nicely. So I take it like that, and I let it pour. Just like this. So see, the chopstick work very well for that. And then I can use my hand. And here I make my mozzarella. It's a little hot. This is how I like to put it. It works out well. I can see right away if it's grainy or not. It looks beautiful right now. It ties together well. Then when I'm going to cut it, when I do it like that, I'm going to see little line of the cheese. This is good. Oh, this one I'm going to lose it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to remove it, put it back. I have another piece here. So I'm not wearing gloves, I'm touching the cheese, but trust me, at that heat, there's no contamination. I make sure I wash my hands before. Oh yes. So I'm taking it all here. Shape it well. Okay, I have it whole. We're gonna pull this nicely like that. Here I let it fall inside. Up, there's a little piece. I missed it. So I look at it, it's nice and silky. It's completely smooth. It's a beautiful thing. A little bit left here. I have it all. One more little flip. Up. I'm going to take it. I remove it this way. Put that here. Here I have some ice water. After I shape it, I'm going to put it directly in that ice water so it's set as a nice shape. Look at that beautiful ball of mozzarella here. Thank you for watching how to make mozzarella. I hope you enjoyed that quick demo. Again, remember, we'll keep that into that solution. I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'll keep it outside overnight, all day tomorrow maybe, if it's not finished before that. Okay, let me try a tiny piece now. See how that came out. Beautiful thing. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.